The idea of the first film came from me working at home, trying to learn some new computer software. And that morning, Hugh, who was then a kitten at the time, had been jumping all over me, trying to wake me up for his breakfast. And I thought, what a brilliant idea for a story. So I sat down and just started to animate, you know, the bed with Hugh jumping up and down. And I'd always drawn my cats, so it was a perfect way of getting them into film, really. And that's how it all came about. The next thing I know, I found out it had been put onto YouTube. And by the time I found out it got like 3 million hits, I realised I had to give it a name, and I couldn't think of anything to call it. And everyone I worked with always called it, you know, my cat, Simon's cat. What are you going to do with Simon's cat? And so I thought, there you go, that's what I'll call it, Simon's cat. And the name just stuck. I would say my style of drawing is quite sketchy, and I like to keep it quite loose and spontaneous. I'm just drawing into the computer using the Wacom tablet, which is this thing, and Wacom pen. And every image is a little tiny bit different from the last one. And when this is played back at 25 frames a second, it'll move. The animation's done before the sound, which is quite rare in animation. When I want to create the soundtrack, I work very closely with Russell Pay of Shruti. Well, the actual meows they don't come from a real cat. I make all the meow sounds. And which then he drops into sync on my animation. And then he does all the Foley, which is all the scratches and the bangs and the claw marks and everything. So he does that afterwards as well. So that's how we get the sound done. I think the best story idea has to come from real life, really. And that's what made the book so great, is because I could put a lot more information in there than, I mean, I've done 3 films, but basically all inside. But with the book, it allowed me to go outside into the garden, and his whole universe could just opened up. And I could bring in loads more characters to see that you haven't seen in the films. And it just fleshed it out and made it a lot more scope for his humour, really, and lots of other characters he can bounce off, and a lot more friends out there for him to meet. I had no idea it would become this huge phenomenon that it's turned into. I feel very honoured that it has, you know, it's amazing.